I was done before I even started today. Man, these Hindu squats, man. I was at my parents' house the other day, and I told Dad that I want to do something with this new exercise, and jumped up and I started showing him, how to do Hindu squats and whatever. And he's looking at me, right? So his background is the army, right? Like, so anything I do here is not impressive, I don't think, at all. The things that I used to do back in the army, man. So I get up, off the table, and I start, doing these, and I end up doing a set of 30 in front of him. And his comment was, "Oh, but you're a little bit heavier now." I could see that he's telling me this because he's like, "You should do 100 of these." I could just see it on his face. But these Hindu squats, man, they're killing me, man. Like, literally, I find it really challenging. I can't even get through a set of 30 without stopping, basically. They're lighting me up, really, really lighting me up. Something about my body that just wants to lean over in the squat position. And so what the Hindu squats are doing is keeping me completely upright. Torso is very, very, very vertical. Knees are going way forward. I'm feeling it in my foot arch. A bunch of you guys were saying that's a really good foot exercise as well. Especially my right, the one that collapses all the time. Feeling it in my plantar fascia area. I don't know what you call the musculature underneath there, but feeling in there. I'm feeling the toes stretch. I'm feeling the Achilles stretch. Feeling all of that, and not to mention the quads. And then last night I was noticing as I was sitting on the couch, I'm starting to get some DOMs through the glutes as well, which is interesting because you would think that there's absolutely no pressure on the glute at all, but there is. I don't know, the body's really strange. Sometimes you have these nice little stories that you tell yourself about what you understand about the world, and then something pops up and you're like, I've got no idea what this is. But yeah, so I did 5 sets of 30 before I even touched the bar today, and then I did another 2 sets afterwards. Worked up to 180. 180 at 5 o'clock in the morning I'm very happy with. So when I hit 180 at 5 o'clock in the morning, I know I've had a good day. Basically, that's how I judge my workouts. If the bar feels as such that I can put on 180 confidently, squat it at 5 o'clock in the morning without absolutely doubt or failing it, because the last thing I want to do is freaking drop a 180 kilo freaking weight on the floor at 5 in the morning. I reckon the whole suburb would freaking wake up and turn the lights on and walk outside. So I'm quite happy with that. Yesterday I hit 200. Tried that 260 deadlift. So I feel like things are going well, even though, for some of you guys, you probably don't understand, or maybe you're just different. When I tell you that these high reps get me stronger, they just do. I don't know how to explain it. Muscle fiber types, training history, all that stuff. Do I need it? Do I not need it? I don't understand. The general wisdom is that you're supposed to be working with singles, doubles, and triples to get really good at your one rep max to push your top end strength. For me, man, every time I get into these super high repetition business, I feel good. The other day I watched that 220 kilo squat attempt that I did. I don't even know how long ago now, a whole bunch of time ago now. I did that on the back of doing something like 10 sets of 20 reverse lunges. Once again, what do? They pump my legs up. They get a lot of blood into my glutes, quads. And I remember in that video, I was saying, I feel I'm all up in my quads. I feel like I'm in my quads. I'm always up in my glutes, man. Like, glutes are always the primary freaking driver. Everything I do, you can see. I always want to lean over, use that posterior chain. So when I feel like I'm in my quads, that's a really, really good sign for me. It's a really nice feedback. I feel like I've got a couple of guys doing the work. It's not just one guy, the glutes. It's not just the glutes. So these Hindu squats are doing something similar, even more. They're putting my quads in the game. With the reverse lunges, I would say it's even more kind of glute focused. I will get a lot of DOMs in that side glute medius, glute minimus. And then the side effects, basically, of that exercise, I feel like it's the quads, but I feel like the primary muscle in lunges is the glutes. They get far more DOMs, far more fatigue through them when I do lunges. With these Hindu squats, it's just pure quads, man. There's nothing else to do, and that's what I like about it. Also I do like the foot dynamics, the training of that, weight on the ball of your feet, balance and all that. One of you guys said it's an athletic posture. It's an athletic posture. We don't do anything flat-footed. We squat, we lunge, we do all these things, deadlift, flat-footed. But then when you go on the basketball court, soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, tennis, how many guys are sitting there, moving around off their heels? It doesn't happen. So it's kind of weird, we're training off our heels and then we are playing on our toes. The good thing about the Hindu squats, I literally feel like I'm doing board taps. I remember our training sessions back in the day, we used to kind of stand underneath the ring, and we would kind of just stick our hands up and jump and tap the board, or some of us tap the net. We just kind of do that for reps, whatever, for time. You get absolutely smashed out at the end of that. But the whole thing of that, you are jumping off the balls of your feet. Everything we did in basketball is the balls of your feet. Like, it's just that's the way it is. So I like that aspect as well, that you're kind of doing that. But it's making me feel good. It's making me feel athletic, really sure, confident. Kind of like the same time that I tried 220 on the squat. That same feeling. I did so much volume on those reverse lunges. By the time I got to the bar, I was like, man, I just feel my quads are on the map. I feel like I can do something today. So I did something stupid that day. I went from 180 to 220 in a single jump. I mean, that's crazy stuff. But in that video, I kind of concluded that I just wanted that mental battle. I wanted to feel 220. I wanted to fail 220. It was a fight, and sometimes, you guys have said this same thing to me. Sometimes it's more of a mental thing than anything, man. You're sitting there, you're psyching yourself out. You're afraid of another plate. You're afraid of seeing 5 plates on a squat bar. You're like, damn, man, that's going to pin me, crush me, kill me. But sometimes just walking our weight out and, doing a quarter squat or whatever, even just lowering it down into an ETG position and dumping it, kind of what I did in that video, just you kind of feel like it's a win. You don't have to do the whole battle in one day. You can split it up. But what I really took out of that day, the mental stuff was good, but what I really took out of that day was the lunges. The lunges did something to me. And so when I look at these training logs, the 2 books that I have in the last 7 years, these are the moments that I highlight. These are the moments that stick out to me. What the hell made me do 220, man? What is it about that period of time, last week, 2 weeks, or whatever? Like, what's going on in that period? What was the focus of that month? What was I trying to do? Yesterday's video, I said to you guys, there's always a focus. I've got 3 kind of folders or 3 buckets in my mind. Squat, bench, deadlift. The bench, it's a freaking empty basket at the moment. But, for the squat, I'm like, what is the focus? What do I think? What's the analysis here? What do I think needs to happen for me to take that next step? And, obviously I've made a wrong diagnosis many times in the past. I'll highlight something and I'll go off and do that and see no effect or whatever. Same with the deadlift. But there's always a focus. And when you concentrate on a focus point and you see some sort of positive effect, you gotta review that, man. You have to debrief that. Something has happened in that moment to do that. It's not just nothing. And so after you string like 20 years of freaking training, you have a lot of these points and you can kind of start to bunch them up together and have a positive training outcome. One of the things that no one freaking tells you on the YouTube, if you're interested in strength and you go on powerlifting forums, no one's going to say a set of 30 is beneficial. For strength, like I'm talking about almost like peaking. I want to squat 220 today. I want to focus on sets of 30. No one says that to you. They're all like, block periodization. You start with 10s and then you go to 8s and then you go to 6s and then 4s and then 2s and then 1s and then in 6 months' time on the platform you have 1 attempt back. Oh my Lord, slice my damn wrists, man. Wait 6 months to touch a weight that I actually want to touch. Screw that. I can't fathom that, man. It's such a boring thing, man. It's like a 4-year freaking cycle to, go to the Olympics. Nah, man, I want to play today, man, or tomorrow, man. It's freaking such a long time between drinks. I hate that stuff. So I never liked that idea. Never liked it. This whole idea, I feel like it's so damn outdated, man. Anyway, I I know people have had results with that or whatever. I understand, but there's people doing results with all sorts of things, all sorts of stuff. And then you sprinkle a bit of drugs over that, and you can take the whole damn project and stick it in the bin. Because what the hell does anything mean? I said to you guys before, they've done studies of dudes sitting on the couch and dudes sitting in the gym and training. The guy that's sitting on the couch doing jack shit, eating pizza and swallowing drugs had more gains than the guy that was training and it was natty. And so then you tell me, and we start talking about drugs, and man, everyone's on drugs, man. The other day I learned Klokov was on drugs. I kind of knew it anyway, man, but it's kind of like you learn this shit and you're like, what the hell is the point? Why do I even listen to anybody out there? Anyone that goes to the Olympics, I don't want to listen to you, man. There's absolutely no point in listening to you. I sometimes feel like that as well. They're all on drugs, man. It's a drug cartel up there, man. And then they start writing programs, they're giving us programs to us natties walking around with like one freaking molecule of testosterone flowing through our veins. The hell am I going to do with that shit, man? I can't do anything, man. I'm here freaking, running 5 towns between every molecule of testosterone. And the dude's got a pool of it and he's swimming in it. That's my frustration the last 10 years of getting into this damn game. When I was playing basketball, I seemed a lot happier. Because you can take whatever you want. You're not going to learn how to shoot better. In this thing, it's like, hey, how you going? You want a membership? You want 1 year or 6 months? No worries. And here's your training. Here's the jar of training. Just take a lolly and just off you go. That's how it feels, man. And initially, I was kind of hesitant to come to these conclusions. No, Klokov's not doing it. No, Clarence's not doing it. No, this guy's not doing it. No. Every guy that I found that I liked, steroids. So what now? I feel like switching off the damn Instagram and YouTube and not doing anything, man. Watching anybody. It's freaking frustrating, man. It really is. But this is the whole thing about periodization, all this sort of stuff. You got to take it with a grain of salt, man. Because everyone's lying, man. Fair enough if everyone was like, yes, here's the training program and here is the truckload of drugs that I took. Thank you. I want to know what's going on. That's all I really care, man. I don't give a crap how much I'm lifting. I just want to know what the hell is going on in this thing. That's all I really care about. But you can't get that answer anyway. It's far few between people that actually are honest. And when they're honest, they're telling you like 1/10 of the things that are doing. And then they sell you a program, they're like, yeah, you got to do this. Man, get the hell out of here, man. Scam artists. That's what pisses me off the most, man. So, you can see I'm emotional when it comes to block periodization. Any periodization inserted before periodization, and I'm frustrated. Because I don't trust nobody. Because when I do a set of 50, I feel stronger the next day. What's going on, man? What is going on? What's going on? That's my experience. I don't know what your experience is, but this is my experience. And I know that in my kitchen, there's nothing. I don't have 50 vials of some cloudy liquid. I don't. Man, I sound pissed off. Sometimes I hit a nerve with some of these thoughts, man. Yes, it pissed me off the Klokov got pinned, man. I don't even know if there's a political thing that's going on with Russia, Ukraine. I don't know what's going on, man. You never know what's going on. They could have just said, yeah, he's Russian, so he's going to pin him. Or maybe everyone was on drugs and he was on good books and now maybe he stood up for Russia and now he's done. Who knows, man? No one knows. Likely they're all on drugs. I don't know why they couldn't freaking do a sample until now. Maybe he was paying them yearly memberships to keep this shit off the books. And now it's run out, the sanctions and whatever, and you don't want to pay, no worries, the world's going to know about your drugs. You hear stories like that every day, man. It just frustrates me, man. It's such a tainted damn sport. Such a tainted sport. I was so much happier playing basketball, man. Whatever, man. I'll just take the ball and shoot damn free throw all day. I know Steph Curry's doing the same thing. He's not taking a substance to make him shoot better. It's a level playing field, man. That's all I want. Anyway, I got to get out of here and go to work. I feel like I'm going to be late. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Oh, actually, almost left you out, man. Luca, my man. I want to thank you for doing this. Luca, let me have a crack at your surname. Gutaduaro. Luca Gutaduaro. I hope I'm not butchering the hell out of your name, man. I appreciate you for doing this. Thank you for the support. It really means a lot to me, man. It really does. The community on here is unbelievable. You now join a whole bunch of people on the Patreon list. Man, freaking blessing. Guys, I have to get out of here. Otherwise, I'm going to be late for work. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.